The world does not run on headlines, it runs on people who care. I'm Peter Murphy Lewis, and this is People Worth Caring About. Alongside my co-host, Jaylene Carpenter, we sit down with the unsung heroes, caregivers, healers, helpers, the ones doing the real work, even when no one is watching. These conversations are not polished, they're personal, because behind every act of care is a story worth hearing. New episodes drop regularly. Get updates at peopleworthcaringabout.com.
Okay. Hi, my name is Maria Hudson, and I'm the Senior Lead Administrative Assistant at the Good Samaritan Society in Auburn, Nebraska.
And what award did you win today?
I received a scholarship award provided by the Nebraska Healthcare Association to attend a trip to Washington, D.C.
Are you excited?
Yes, I actually already went.
Oh, nice. Take one.
Take one.
All right. Perfect. So, Maria, welcome to the podcast,
Yes,
People Worth
thank
Caring About.
you.
It's not your first rodeo with People Worth Caring About.
It's not. I was one of the lucky ones that got to be part of the amazing docuseries.
What episode?
Was episode 6, Good Samaritan Society, Auburn.
And you got to show off your amazing community skills with high schoolers and your residents. What's new? I haven't seen you in a year.
No. Well, it's been amazing. We continue to do the same thing. Since last time you visited us was last year in April. And we have continued to bring community members, school members back into our community. Since you've been there, we have celebrated different events. National Assisted Living Week is coming up and Nursing Home Week. So it's been a busy time at Good Samaritan Society in Auburn.
Any new activities that you've invented this year?
Well, we just took some residents to the Kimmel Orchard. We went to a hayride. We have an orchard that's about 40 minutes from our facility in Nebraska City. And we had the residents, they were able to pick some of the produce, and we were able to have apple cider. And it was just an amazing time for them to be able to get on top into a hayride and go around the orchard. So
tell me what you learned in D.C. with your scholarship.
Well, I learned that I enjoy politics a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, I did. Actually, my first major in college was political science with emphasis in international relations. I thought that I could, make a difference when I was younger.
Tell me what you like about politics.
I like to have a voice. We went there to talk about different things that we are facing, in the world of long-term care. And it was nice to sit down with people that help make some of those decisions and for them to be able to hear our side of the story, our feedback from people that are in the front line every day. And so I really enjoyed just networking and meeting some of the senators and just meeting some of the other scholarship recipients that were with me.
Can we imagine you being a mayor or governor one day?
My mom says I'm going to be the mayor of Auburn someday. I tell her no because I'm way too outspoken for politics. I think that they would.
I don't have skeletons in my closet. My skeletons are in my front yard.
That is true too,
Yeah.
No, I respect politics, but I don't think I would ever be involved. I think I'm just getting to a point in life that I don't want to, how do I say it? I guess I want to say just there's too many challenges when it comes to politics, too many opinions, too many perspectives. And so I don't know.
I have a question for you around politics. What is a political opinion or stance that you have today that is the biggest change that maybe you had a decade ago?
Wow. Regarding, you mean just
politics
or
anything in politics? For example, I'll give you an answer to give you a little bit of time, which is whenever I talk to senior living leaders and I try to convince them that we don't have to sit here and just deal with a negative public perception of our industry, we can change it, and they don't believe me. I say, well, why don't you say that to the HIV/AIDS community in 1990 and see if we change the opinion by 2000? Or why don't we ask how the gay community feels from 1980 to where they feel today? Or abortion, right? Or marijuana. What is something that you've changed on?
In long-term care? Well, and I guess that would be fair. Back in 10 years ago, we weren't using as much workforce pool or agency in assisted living and nursing homes. We did not have so many issues like we do now with the workforce. In not even 10 years, I say more 5 years since 2020 when COVID hit, we have still been facing all the challenges that we faced. We have a lot of staff that left the healthcare field. And so we're still picking up our pieces from 5 years ago, from all those 5 years ago, where I remember not being difficult to hire an RN 10 years ago. Now it's taken months to find an RN even to apply for a job in a rural nursing home. And that's something we did not face 10 years ago.
I want to talk about some of your helpers, whether they be high school volunteers, whether they be CNAs. And it's a theme that I've talked about a lot this year, which is people who do things, who deliver dignity in the darkness. So do you have any special teammates who you find out once in a while they're doing things and they don't tell anybody, and they're making either your job easier or the quality of life of your residents easier? And you're like, this is amazing.
So
Can you
many
think of any,
people.
can you think of any examples?
Well, so many people, Peter, because this job is not just done by one person. There's so many people involved in caring for an elderly person. You have to really trust your team, everybody and I'm saying from staff to even community. The community is just as responsible for the elderly people as we are. We need their support. And so compared to something that we have tried, at least at the nursing home from 10 years ago, is making sure that we bring community in. We want to change that perception of what people think an older person is or what getting old looks like. I want them to see, and not just through the docuseries you made, that it can be fun to work at a nursing home. It can be fun. Is it challenging? Yes. Is it difficult? At times. But it's also fun. There's still memories that residents are making every single day, and we have a very important role in their lives, and it's trying to bring quality care to them, even if they're, even if you're 95. And I can give you lots of examples. And I know you were going to ask me about that. I have a lady, her name is Harriet, love her. She was 98 years old last September. She had never been fishing. Never. In her lifetime, never had been fishing. A very successful woman, owned many businesses, over 400 business that she had, with her family, but she had never been fishing. So she decided last minute that she was going to go fishing on her fishing trip. We got together with the Department of Conservation Department of Nebraska. JAG is a group of graduates at Auburn Public Schools. And then we got our staff, and we took about 30 residents fishing. 5 minutes before it was over, she was waiting, never caught anything. 5 minutes before the trip was over, you hear her screaming. You hear just a group of people yelling, screaming, and I run over there, and she has caught a turtle. The biggest turtle you have ever seen.
A snapping turtle, I bet. Oh my goodness.
And it was this big with beautiful colors on the back. But what got me was the excitement. And the excitement not only of the residents around us, but of her and the staff. We cheered. I mean, let me tell you, later on, I find out I'm reading the newspaper, a local newspaper, and I see Harriet's story, my first catch. She published her own story in a local newspaper, and I actually sent it up to our national campus because that is how people connect, by saying, look at this lady was 98, never caught a fish, and look at her now. And when I tell you that she got on the bus and everybody calls her the turtle catcher.
Oh my goodness.
So anyways, that's why the reason I do what I do, for those kind of experiences.
I love it. I love it. After you saw the documentary, what kind of impact did it have inside of your community, with your volunteers, with your students, with your residents? What did you hear? How did it impact you?
It was amazing. I mean, it has been amazing. It's been amazing. I've had a lot of people that have watched it. We were lucky enough that our local movie theater rented, so we invited residents and families. And so to tell you that I could still continue to show it, I really enjoy showing it to the young people, because I want to say, look, look at the opportunities you have in the healthcare field. It's not just working there's so many opportunities in the healthcare field, and not only nursing homes, but everywhere. I like to advocate for the whole healthcare field because we need staff everywhere. And so it's been a wonderful, positive impact. I think it's changed the view of nursing homes and assisted living because you see people smiling, you see people having fun. It's not just struggling or struggles.
Yeah. I interviewed a gentleman about 2 or 3 hours ago who wasn't featured in the documentary, but he uses episodes to send it to residents who are hesitant to do their first transition into AL or SNF, to show that it's different than what they think. Isn't that cool?
It is cool. So that's funny you said that because I had a new admission last week on Friday at the assisted living, and the daughter came and she noticed all the photos that we have. We put photos from the docuseries up at assisted living, and she was mentioning, what are all these photos about? And I said, you haven't heard? Because I just thought everybody knew. So I got to sharing, and I still had a flyer, and I just told her, not only we're on national TV now. I said, we're on YouTube and we're on Hulu and Netflix. I said, so you can actually go in there. And so she says, I'm going to go home and I'm going to watch that, and so that exactly, I think that's something that we'll start doing, sharing that with people.
Wonderful. Maria, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast. I'm excited for your big award ceremony today. It's a big deal. It's great to see you here, and let's make it happen next year as well.
Let's do it.
Thank you so
All right.
much.
Thank you so much, Peter.
That's a wrap on People Worth Caring About, born from the documentary Built to Keep the Stories Going. Shout out to Nebraska Healthcare Association and Jaylene Carpenter for helping launch it, and to Ohio and New Mexico for making future seasons real. Watch the docuseries online or at peopleworthcaringabout.com. And if this episode meant something to you, leave a review. It matters. Take care of yourself and the people worth caring about.